Hello from a beautiful beach on the south coast of New South Wales, just south of Sydney. I'm lying on a picnic rug and you can hear some birds probably in the background and some trees swaying. And I decided to record today's podcast here because, you know what, I love it. And it's not like I need to take holidays from something I love so much that it feels like being on holidays. So welcome to Brim Beach, south coast of New South Wales. I'm on a little lake and husband and kids are off paddleboarding, which was a special something we saved up for to get ourselves at the end of last year, so that I could do some low impact exercise was the main reason. One really good thing about having children is your body changes and you have to adapt the way that you exercise. And personally, having had 3 children the way that I birthed them, running isn't really an option for me in terms of it's just a little high impact. I love running. Probably could do some really slow trail running, maybe, with some training if I built up to it. But yeah, based on the advice of many a physio and many a postnatal specialist, I've decided that running is probably not the best thing for me. So training for a black belt this year, and I've had to think of some really good low impact ways to exercise. So let me talk a little bit about the way that you prepare for something really massive when you're about to turn 50. And, an ant crawling on my hand as I hold this and record this. Welcome to real life. Anyway, I kind of had to come up with some interesting ways to prepare for the training for black belt. So one of the things about the black belt grading is that it's a 5 or 6 hour endurance test, and it involves a lot of training, obviously, in the lead up. I've been training for a lot of years, but also probably 3 years since I had a big break from having kids. But also I train quite regularly and I instruct and all those sorts of things, as you would know if you've listened to this podcast before. But the thing to note is that, yeah, sure, I might be a little slower to learn things and to be able to do things at high levels, but I certainly get there, I would say, most of the time. And I've made it through the gradings I've had to make it through to get to this stage, and I'm very keen to make it through the black belt grading as well. So I'm being a little bit strategic about the way that I exercise. And I guess I just want to give you permission to, you don't have to wear stretch lycra every time you exercise when you maybe have a perimenopausal belly or a different body shape following children that maybe leaves you feeling different in your body. And I actually really love curves and all of the things that come along with ageing, but it does take some time. It took me some time to adjust to loving this body and really embracing the shape that it is. And I still feel a little bit funny if my tummy's hanging out and one of my kids says something about that. Now, I must just say I am quite fit. It's more of a hormonal thing, and I am addressing that as a hormonal balance thing, and I'll keep talking about that as I discover along the way. Certainly prebiotics can help. Certainly doing high-intensity interval training can help, and a lot of fruit and vegetables can help. Less gluten, less dairy. But I'm actually also sort of looking at, I just eat to a little bit before full now, so I sort of have portion sizes that are a bit smaller, but I'm not a dieter. I've never believed in diet. I do believe in being aware of diet and nutrition, and I really believe in mindful eating and putting fruit and vegetables into every meal you have, something fresh in every single meal, and I know that helps with the biome, the gut biome. I know that helps your body to adapt. I also think that stretching, yoga, meditation, those sorts of things are definitely very helpful for balancing hormones. Can you hear that boat taking off? There's some water skiers. Oh, it's such a beautiful place. What I can see right now is this flat basin. We're actually just behind Hymes Beach, which is a well-known white sand beach. And we're in the basin, which is kind of the lakey seawater beyond the inlet area. And there's beautiful trees. We're in a quiet... It's a very small campground, caravan park with a few cabins, but it's mostly privately owned. So there's only about 10 campsites. It's very lovely and secret and beautiful. And really quiet. And because it's January and there's still pandemic things going on, we have got a bit of a quieter campsite than normal. So you can hear the wind rustling in the trees. I'm feeling myself unwinding. And I will say also that actually giving yourself time to rest and unwind and reflect is key to balancing out hormones and hormonal imbalance. I know that sounds funny, but we are definitely run by our nervous system, right? So anything you can do to calm the nervous system and allow the autonomic nervous system to reset, which I do with slow form martial arts, so like Tai Chi style exercises, really helps that. Happy to send you a free video on that if you would like. Just send me a message any old way and I'll send you one, but I can show you how to do some slow form martial arts style exercises, sort of like Tai Chi, like Korean Tai Chi, which calms the nervous system, gives you breathing. If you learn those movements, do them every day, absolute brilliant thing for the body. Can't guarantee what it will do for your body, obviously, but I guarantee it's helped me to calm down. So there's all of these tools we have in the toolbox that can help us feel better in our bodies. I don't really think that it's about sculpting the shape of our bodies or manipulating the shape of our bodies after children. And I want to really normalise different body shapes and whatever size, shape, whatever you are, feeling good in that body. And if you need to tweak a few things, like your hormones feel out of whack, there's certain aspects of your body that really bother you, I would say address that in a lot of different ways, in a multitude of ways. But start with mindset, start with mindfulness, and start thinking about listening to different music where body positive songs and lyrics, and I actually have a playlist, Body Positive Songs for Girls, which is for my daughter. And it's just to really normalise that, you know, we're supposed to all be different. We're supposed to age differently. We're supposed to have bodies of all different shapes and sizes. And actually, it's not really about what you wear, but the way that you wear it. If you feel good in the clothes that you have, and, you know, Kay Korsh talks about this too, our ethical stylist friend at Mind Over Fashion on Instagram. Shout out to Kay Korsh. Also talks a lot about the way we dress and how we have to feel good in what we're wearing. It's not always about fashion, it's about the fashion that we feel good in and how important that is, and mindful dressing. And certain styles, you know, may not feel good on you, and that's okay. Let's find the ones that do. And that's been a real revelation for me and the members of my membership. The Soul Mama Academy recently did a beautiful workshop with her. So there's all of these different ways that I think we can exercise and dress and eat and bring practices into our lives that can be helpful. And really, I want to say, just if you are feeling uncomfortable and unsure about your body, seek out, don't give up. Like, really do, if you can, seek out the things that work for you, because I know that you might need to try some things a little bit first, and if they don't feel right, move on to something else, and that's perfectly okay. And I'd really encourage you to do that and keep finding, keep searching until you find the right thing for you that fits in with your life and fits in with your family and fits in with your schedule and that you feel good doing. So I've tried for so many years to do types of exercise that I just found really boring and a real chore. And when I was out there paddleboarding a moment ago and I could hear the sound of the water lapping against the side, and I was using muscles I don't normally use, and I loved it. I was feeling so alive and loving it, you know, not bored, not needing to watch TV while I do it, not needing to go to a place I don't like to do it, but excellent exercise, really good prehab, like a way of preventing injury, training the core without doing things that are too hard on the body. So definitely find those low-impact exercises that build up over time and do what you can. And if you need any ideas, hit me up, send me a message. I'd love to share some ideas with you. And I know that the ladies in the class that I am a co-instructor for, my Hapkido class, we talk a lot about this, and I have a few personal trainers in that class, and we love doing holistic exercises that really train the whole body, you know, and we have a lot of fun, and I think having a lot of fun doing it is key. So that's my 2 cents worth for today on the podcast. I do love doing this Unboxable, Unstoppable podcast. I thank you so much for listening and sharing, and please do share this with another person that needs to hear these ideas. I think that they are possibly under-discussed and underutilised ideas that this quiet, low-impact exercise thing is just so important, and not only for when we're injured, but for when we need it at different times of our lives. So I hope that this has helped you and given you some thoughts and ideas, and please do circle back and share those ideas with me and the community on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever you find us. And lots and lots of love, as always. I hope you have a beautiful week. See you next time. Bye for now.